to study a little bit science. Here you see class 5, chapter 6, safety and fast aid. So, we have to just go through the rules of the safety and the fast aid. Now, let's say the introduction. The children, you or any human beings that they are moving or working, sometimes they get a little bit of disturbed by what is called an accident that happens. Though it says that carelessness causes accident, it is not always like that. Suppose you are walking on the left side of the road, taking your proper space and all, walking carefully, yet what will happen? You look forward, but sometimes some cycle or a scooter might come from behind and hit you. So that can quite so happen. Or if you are even careful, you do not know, walking on the stairs, you do not know whether there is water or not there, and you can slip. So accidents may happen. Though accidents always happen due to carelessness, but sometimes that carelessness comes without your knowledge. Let's see what are the rules to be followed. What are we going to study here? The safety and the fast aid is the chapter. While your learning objectives with safety on the road. Children, you walk on the road, all the people they walk on the road. And what will be their safety rules? That is safety on the road and safety rules from the fire. We always see the use of fire in the home, in domestic uses. The mother and the aunts or the person who cooks the food lights the fire. And so, sometimes we light a matchstick to light an incense stick or a candle. That may cause also fire. So that is why we need to have some safety for the fire. Well, and let us see when there is the accident or a little bit of hazard is there. So we need to have fast aid because sometimes the accident may cause very fatal accident. So whatever it is, whatever the situation is, first we need to give a fast aid, and then after fast aid we should go to the doctor or take the patient to the doctor or call the doctor at home. Okay? But fast aid against burns, animal bites, sprains and fractures. And then to need this, we need a first aid box at our home. It is compulsory to have a first aid box at our home, especially when there are some bruises, small cuts, small sprains and all. We should be equipped with a first aid box. Let us discuss about the road safety rules. Well, while we are walking on the road, sometimes we just look the surroundings and we find, oh, what a lovely cloud, what a lovely flower, or something else. And by doing that, sometimes we forget the safety rules. You must not do that. You must be very careful while walking on the road. And what are the rules to be followed? That's I am telling you. Number one, when you are on the road, always cross on zebra crossing. You see, the road has gone like that, and see there are zebra crossing like this. In the zebra crossing, you cross the road from there because there are lights, signals and all those, and drivers, they got the instruction that near the zebra cross, they are very careful and slow. So you must cross the road on the zebra cross. The first point is that crossing the road on zebra cross. Second thing, cross when it is green light. Now, you see, you want to go from one end of the road to the other end. I mean the crossing. Then what you will see? You will observe the lights. Signal lights. Signal lights are controlled by the traffic police and their department. So you see, red means absolutely stop. Green means you can go. And yellow means slow down. And finally, if there is red, you go. I mean stop. Or sometimes after yellow, green comes, then you go. So whatever it is, yellow means careful and slow down. That's all there. So cross when the green light is there. So when the green signal will be there, you must cross the road that time. So what is the first rule? First rule is that cross the road on zebra crossing. Second rule is that cross when it is the green light. Alright. What is the number 3? If there is foot over bridge, take the way. You see sometimes nowadays in modern cities some way is there. That means the way that goes beneath the road. Number 1, you can get it in Calcutta, Madras, that is Chennai, Mumbai, that is Mumbai, and Delhi. There you can get. And in other big cities also some underpasses are there. So that is the one. Or sometimes you see the over bridges, over the road there are bridges which is known as footbridge. From there only the man can go, no vehicles can go. So you can cross that through the footbridge, and that is very safe because there is no vehicle there. So that's how the footbridge is to be taken. Number 4, if there is no zebra crossing, then how to cross? Suppose say you have come to a place where you are definitely to cross the road because you need some important work, and there is no zebra crossing, no lights, nothing. So what? No lights means signal lights. What do? You will just look at the right, start walking, then look at the left, and then again look at the right. So right, left, right. By doing that, you are walking and touching, so you will cross the road. So what it is that look, you see, no zebra crossing, then look right first, then look left, and again look fast, then cross the road. Number 5, keep left while walking. While walking, do not walk in the middle of the road or right side of the road. Just taking the left of the road slowly, and not very slowly, I am telling you. Carefully you walk on the left side, and must be keeping your eyes and ears open for horn or anything else, and eyes open for the vision, so that you might easily be careful and safe from the accident. Okay. Now we have the vehicle drivers. The vehicle drivers are sometimes very rash driving do, and if they do the rash driving, the people who are walking on the road, they may be in great danger. That is why the government has given some safety rules for the vehicle drivers. They are, number 1, to follow traffic signal. The drivers must follow the traffic signal. If there is red light, they must absolutely stop. If there is yellow light, they should slow down, and finally yellow to red, they stop. And slow down is a yellow light. Be careful on that. And then do not jump on the road. Do not jump on the red light. That means when there is red signal, do not cross it. Never cross it. So you might get a serious accident, and it is illegal also. The police and the people who are working, they can take you in custody. You can have a jail. Alright. Now we have, do not overtake from the left side. Now if there is a vehicle going on, overtake from its right side, not from the left side. Overtake the vehicle from the right side. Follow the speed limit on the road. So there is a board written. There are some boards out there on the road, especially on high road. The speed limit is 40. Speed limit is 50. In foreign countries, the speed limit is much more high, and their lane is also high. I mean different. The huge wide road lane is different. 160 kilometers, 100 kilometers, this, that. And nobody can cross that road. They will have to maintain the speed and follow only the lane where the speed limit has been given. But here in India, that is not the thing. That is, in India, the speed limit is given, that is, must be about 40 kilometers per hour, 50 kilometers per hour. On the other hand, always give way to ambulance. If there is an ambulance, you know the ambulance carry the patients, and sometimes the patients are very in critical situation. So it is a rule for each and every vehicle driver, whether you have personal car or any passenger vehicle or anything else, even government vehicles like police vehicles also give way to the ambulance, because ambulance is very much necessary. That is a life-saving device. That's why they do like that. So this is all about the safety rules for the drivers. Now you see, we have some common signs over here that is called the common traffic signals, and each and every people, drivers, non-drivers, whoever it is, any passengers, they should follow this. This is the one arrow with cross or no entry. If this sign is there, you must not enter there. Next is the left turn is prohibited. You see the left turn, it is prohibited. Cancel means you cannot go left turn. Here you see gentle curve ahead. Suppose you are driving, you see that sign, then you must be very careful, get the car slow and slowly, because then you see the gentle curve right ahead. Right ahead there will be gentle curve. Well then, this is the single arrow mark downwards, is known as the compulsory keeping right. That means always keep right when you go for this side. This is the sign where they say U-turn prohibited. See, U-turn cut. That means you must not turn U-turn. There is some problem on the road or maybe traffic and all. So you must follow these rules all. Next is two-way traffic prohibited. Here you see one arrow straight up, another arrow cancelled down. So here you see two-way traffic is prohibited. One-way traffic is allowed, two-way traffic is not allowed. On the other hand, the two arrows, one up and another down, that is two-way traffic is allowed here. Here you see horn and then there is a cross. That means no horn please. It is actually known as no horn zone. Why the no horn zone is there? The no horn zone is shown actually first is hospital, second is school and any important building. That is in front of that the road has no horn zone. Well, we have done this kind of sign, one is straight line, another is little bit deviated. That's known as lane ends ahead. Sometimes we go, we do not know where the lane ends. Here this sign is given on the board. That means ahead the lane is ended. There is no lane more. Next is the pedestrians prohibited. Here you see the man is crossing, but he must not cross on the pedestrian. So that is the sign there. Here you see a man is walking on the road. So road walk ahead. Road work is going on. So this sign will be there. The drivers will be careful. So this is uneven road ahead. This is uneven road ahead. So you have to be careful. The drivers have to be careful to drive the bike. Right. You see the arrowhead directs to a side, and then it is written as diversion. What is diversion? Suppose say during flood or during any kind of hazard, a small culvert or bridge has been broken. Then what will happen? The people will repair it. If the people does not repair it, what will happen? They cannot go from one place to the other. So what they will do? They will make a diversion road, and in diversion road along with the bridge, and in the meantime they will repair it. So that is why it is known as diversion ahead. Diversion ahead. Well, next one is this sign. If it is there, this is known as give way. Give way to the other one. Give way to the other one. Okay. Now next is written here P in a box. That is known as parking. That there you can park your vehicle. You can park your vehicle. Government or the orders are there to park. Nobody will be saying you anything, and no fine will be taken there. And then again P cross. That means no parking. You cannot park your vehicle here. And if you park your vehicle here, then what will happen? You can be punished by the law of code. Next is written in a round figure. It's called 40. The speed limit 40 km per hour. Where you see this sign, you have to slow down your vehicle and control it by 40 km per hour. Then you see on the board, there is saying in a circle, there is a cycle, and that is known as compulsory cycle lane. Where this is there, that is the part through which the cycle must go. Because if there is a huge road, heavy vehicles are going on, the small vehicles are going on, then cycle will be very difficult to drive. Anytime we can have accident. So that the cycle lane has been separated, and that is known as compulsory cycle lane. That means if you are on cycle, you can go through that lane only. That lane only. You cannot use the other lane. Let's say the other lane. Well, children, the next rules for the safety is from 5. So, next rule of safety for the fire. Children, while at home, your aunt, mummy, or a person who cooks food, or sometimes you light a candle or incense stick. For that, be very careful. Do not try to do it yourself. Give it to a senior person who can do it for you. Right? Number 1. Never play with fire. Some people play with fire. They just go to the other children, obviously from the home, brothers and sisters, they show the candle, show the light and all those. This should not be done. Because accidentally, your cloth can catch fire and you will be in great trouble. So that's why do not play with fire. Next one, do not light the candle yourself. I told you candle, matchstick and all those you must not light. You give it to a senior person who can do for you. Why? Do not wear the synthetic cloths while burning the crackers. Firecrackers you burn during the festivals like Diwali and all those. And even if there is a happiness at the home, also you can burn the firecrackers. But in that case, you have to be very, very careful. Take the guidance of a person who is senior and who can do it, and he will guide you. Otherwise, you can create a very bad burn. So that is there. Then, while the gas is on for cooking and all, the people should be very careful to switch off the gas. And if you are out of home, must switch the main switch of the cylinder so that there will be no chance of gas leak. In case of gas leakage, we notice it because of the stringent smell comes from the gas. That we notice. That is for chemical given in the gas. That is why that smell comes. You will be, it's a very hard name, but I am telling you, it is known as ethyl mercaptan, and for that particular chemical, the smell comes. So when you enter the kitchen, then you find that smelling is there, smell of gas comes. Immediately open the doors and the windows and let the air come so that the gas goes off. Check your switches of the gas properly whether it is closed or not. Then if it is no and smell is coming then you can call your mommy and auntie or whoever it is and can check them with the matchstick whether it is not. Well, next is electrical short circuit. When there is electrical short circuit, it happens, and most of the times it happens, but it is not the work of you. A senior person must quickly switch off the particular area switch and find the main switch. Then to cut off the electricity, and then you, if it is electrical or chemical fire, so you put on mud or sand. Do not put water. So that is how you can just get rid of that. Fire by petrol and all kinds of inflammable objects which comes out, that has to be covered by foam. That is, foam is, we get it in the form of the small cylinders in which ceasefire, and other than that the solution which called the foam to put out fire, that is there, that is the spray over there. Well, if the fire is very severe, it has caught the whole building and the flat and whatever it is, then immediately call 101 for the fire protection force, and use slowly and gradually use the stairs and tell to evacuate, tell to vacate the building very quickly because it is a life-taking situation. In that case, never take the lift because due to fire, somewhere the wire may burn or something might happen, so your lift will be hanging in the middle, neither to come up nor to go down. So that is why never use the lead while there is fire, and it has same for the direction as when there is earthquake also. Do not always go to the stair. Do not take the lead. Well, next is regarding the building. Tell every people to come out of, otherwise there is a question of life. Well, if your cloth catch fire, what do you do? If there is nobody to help you, you just lie down on the floor or mud or sand and then roll yourself very nicely. The fire will cook up. So that is how you do take the measure. Now, if there is an accident, little bit or more or something, you need to have first aid. Now, what you got to do? Now you see, run. If there is a fire burning, in case of burn, what will happen in case of burn? Take the affected area and apply very cold water on that. After applying the cold water, if the burning sensation is reduces, then you do what? You can apply some cream or lotion. Antiseptic cream and lotion is added. You can apply some coconut oil also there if there is no cream and lotion is there. Then if the burn is severe, then you must immediately clean with nice water and then finally clean them by antiseptic, and finally you should go and see the doctor. Well, that is about the burning. Now we go for the case of the bites. Now there are insect bites are there are dog bites, animal bites are there. In case of the insect bites, you see the insects always sting like bees and all. Then take a key. It must be in your a key must be there in your first aid box, and that key, design of that key will be like this. This type of key is available in the market for first aid purpose. Earlier this used to be, then there is a hole. So you press that particular part with the hole, the sting will come out and take the sting off. So that is how you can do the insect bite. Then you put some plain lime, that is what is known as tuna, or else you can go to the doctor to get some medication for, especially for the bees and all. Well, in case of the other bites like animal bites, dog bite, bites of the rats, mice, cat and all those, then what will happen? You wash the wound with soap and water, because soap is base and base has also power to kill the germ. So nicely clean it with the soap and water, and then cover with a clean bandage and see the doctor immediately, and if there is a bite, according to that the vaccination will be done by the doctor. So that is how you get rid of the bites, animal bites. Now we come for one cause which is known as tetanus. Tetanus is a very deadly disease, and it always happens because the infection always happens when there is a broken skin. Broken or cut skin, through that particular germs of tetanus go and they affect you within 24 hours. So that is why the people takes the tetanus vaccine. Now, right now they call it TET-vac. Now TET-vac is not an instant medicine for the tetanus. TET-vac actually makes the antibody inside your body which works from 15 days later minimum. So it is only, I am telling you with guarantee, that it is the IOS, that when you go they give you tetanus toxins. No, it is not working for you. If there is a tetanus, you will definitely be affected. That TET-vac or tetanus vaccine will not be able to save you. Then what you should do? You should take another medicine which is known as TET globin. And this TET globin directly goes to your blood and instantly acts. So you are 100% free from the fear of the tetanus. What is the medicine called, injection called? TET globin. Remember, though it is very expensive, so TET globin is the medicine. Well, after tetanus we come to make a first aid course. Now, being a child, being a child, you must keep a first aid box at your home. It is needed in your school, at home, definitely needed for what will be there? A small box you can make by you, or a shoe box covered nicely by the white paper and all. Then a pair of scissors will be there, cotton gauze, antiseptic cream, lotion, pain relievers one or two, and you must check the expiry date if there is any. So except for that, there will be a key inside that. And remember, the prevention is better than cure. The rule is prevention is better than cure. Now see, your chapter has been explained to you, the safety of the first aid. Now we will discuss little bit of question answer. Though all the question answers have been given in the website of the school, that is called www.bsnes.in. Let us discuss the questions. Well, children, some questions are discussed, and all the rest of the questions, right from true, false, filters, whatever it is in your exercise, everything you will get in your school website. I just now told you, that is www.bsnes.in. In that you log in and you will get it. Now the discussion is for the subjective questions. Number one, the answer one, work on the side and as close as to the left side. Number two, never drink and drive, and always wear and put seat belts. Seat belts are necessary. Number three, keep all the exits clean. Keep all the exits clean and switch on fire alarm if required. If there is fire, switch on fire alarm so the help comes easily. Next question answer is, gas is very inflammable and it occupies the whole room. So we are not to light a fire when there is a leakage. Instead, we open the windows, clear the gases out by the wind, and then we are free. That's question number C. We should take the person to the hospital. We should raise the burnt area above the heart level to possible. If it is possible, then you should do that. Next question is question number D. Extreme pain, swelling, and deformity of the part and inability to bear weight on the affected foot, ankle or leg causes the fracture. So we should take the care of the fracture and give the necessary first aid, then go to the doctor. Next is number E. The animal bite may cause tetanus if infected by a bacterium, or the rabies caused by a virus. So we should see the doctor immediately and do the needful. You see, for F burns, we should run cold water in the area and apply antiseptic cream or lotion in the area and apply some coconut oil also. The bites, we wash the wound with soap and water, and to the wound we should put a clear bandage and to take the victim to the doctor. Next is that fractures, to provide a sting and to take the patient to the doctor immediately. Now hot questions are there. Question number 8. Number 8. He did so in order to cut the supply of the oxygen to put out the fire. That is a hot question number 1. And hot question number B, the answer is 8B. His answer is, the nylon is a very inflammable object, but cotton cloth is much safe and against the fire. Thus, Martha did so. And last question, question number C of 8. In order to cut supply of air, oxygen to the burning, to bring down the temperature, to put out the fire, they did so. This is all about the questions I think you have understood the chapter. Once again, you visit the website, school website www.bsnes.in to get your all questions done. Thank you and have a good day.